Hi guys, we will talk about the temporal allocation technique in the monthly basis. So in here I have the monthly data. So this one is a list of rental contract from the start date to the end date with the amount and then the rental cost. So last rental code. Last time I show you the yearly version of this one already, but then now we have the different version which has the date instead of the year. So the question here is, can we do the same thing? Can we just copy and make it work to all, everybody in here? So in here, let us recap this workflow, right? The first one is that's the annual revenue recognition from the contract. So this is the revenue by year by contract. This one is the same thing, but the presentation is instead of the active year here, we convert to the age of the contract, and this one is a presentation of the combination of both, which is the age and then the active year. Now the question, can we copy this one over here and then make it work? Let me try, right? Okay, I will copy the whole thing. Okay, maybe I will move this one a little bit away from here and then more space for me to copy over, right? And then I copy over here. Okay, so and then I connect the whole thing and then see how it works. Let me run the workflow first. Of course, it won't work because of the naming, but assuming that I want to do it, and then how does it happen? So the first thing you see here, the difference is the rental start, the rent start, and then rent end. So assuming that I do this uh, rent end minus rent start, it doesn't work either because uh, these are not numbers, so we cannot minus them. So instead, you have to use the date diff function, the diff time diff. Sorry. So to compute the difference of the date time from the end date to the start date, bigger one upfront, right? In month. Okay, so now it gives me 26 month as example from between the two dates. So the date diff will give you the zero if the two dates are in the same month. So if start in April and end so after in April you also end the contract, then it will be zero. Okay, so let me run it again and hopefully it works or it doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't because this one is the count of the start date. The active date is the start date plus the number, but the start is in this case assuming that I start with the rent start. Okay, but it doesn't work either because this one is the date and then plus the number. It doesn't work, and you need to use a function date time add with the rent start and then the count and then the number of month. So this thing will add the starting date and then with the count by month. I change this one to string because it doesn't work with my. I want to store string actually, and then now so until here you can see I have the active date here already. So this one is quite long and then a lot of zero behind. So I don't want a lot of zero like that. I will take the left 10 of the value. So for the first 10 of the value, which is like this is 4 plus 1 plus 3 for the day month, and the plus 3 for the days, which is 10, and then the first 10 characters will be important, and the rest will just zero only. So I will remove them. Okay. The next thing is this one. I think age is fine, active is fine, but then in here the amount is not fine. So there's nothing amount here, and then it happened to be the rent amount. So I have to rename the everything from here. So because one way to do it is just to rename this column. So rename this rent amount into amount, and then everybody will be happy because they just need the only missing thing is the column amount to work. But if you want to, you can just do it from okay. So not everybody is happy because of the contract as well. So the contract is not working. So I renamed the rent code into the contract. And then there's still missing thing, which is the start and then the end. So I renamed this one again to start and then end. Okay, so this is very good exercise for renaming and then to bridge the gap between uh, the old workflow and then the new data. So basically you have the new data, but you have the old workflow, and then you want to reuse the old workflow. This is a very good exercise. So we have to rename a lot of things. Okay, so let us start with the try to run it and then see how far we go with this thing. Okay, so the contract is missing. Why the contract is missing? Oh, because I never checked this one. So after this, and then uh, somehow it unchecked the thing for me already, and I need to check them again. Okay, so I think the next thing I want to do is just to take the left of the active month, because this one is a little bit not monthly. This one is actually daily, so I don't want that. So I will take the left 7, which is the month only, and then I see how it goes. So if you want to standardize the format, you need to plus 10, which is the first day of the month, so that later if you want to do further computation, it's still the standardized name. But yeah, but for the pivoting purpose, that's it. You just take the first date, the first month, and then that's it. Okay, so there you go. So you can see the monthly revenue data is here, and then this one is by age. Okay, so let us see how age work in this case. Okay, so in age one, everybody is contributing until here. Some guy churn out already. Some guy left the business or like terminates the contract already. So until here. So you see, if you visualize this data in a chart, you will see a lot of guy. It's very crowded in the first month. So month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4 to be crowded. But then later on, people will churn out until the end, until here. You can see all 4 guys only, 3 guys only, and then at the end, until the end, there's only 1 guy left. At month 48, so this guy is the last 10, the last person survive in this cohort. Okay, this one, okay, so this one I think is fine. Uh, but I don't want the number 1, number 2 here because somehow it doesn't seem right. And I need to pad it. Okay, so I pad left with 2 digit, and then the first one will be 0 if not. And then let me check and see how it works. Okay, so you can see here we have the padding numbers already, which is fine. And then after the block A will be the block B, and then we have the active month instead of the active age, and then we are done. Okay, so guys, that's it for this case. Well, when we have the old workflow, which is by year here, and then we want to turn it into by month, and then in this case actually the name of the columns also different, and then we need uh, to do something about it. We need to do the first thing, which is to change to turn the diff the minus function and minus sign into the diff function, and the plus sign into the add function, and then we need to use the select tool uh, to to rename the columns in order to bridge the gap between the old workflow and then the new data. Okay, so hopefully after this, if you have the monthly rent rolls from a rental business, and you know how to deal with those guys.